Hey family, gang, dudettes, dudes, welcome back to Kefa's Porch, where I talk anything relating to God. I lost my mic, so I don't have my mic on me, but I hope you can hear me well. Today's video is going to be a bit, I don't know, we'll see how it goes in it, but I had the realization as I was walking back home from work today that I'm scared. And specifically, I'm scared to pray. I feel like I've done a good job over the years of saying everything that I know, articulating the things of God. I wouldn't say I'm knowledgeable, but I know enough to speak confidently about it. But one of my prayers lately has been, I don't just want to know, I want to experience. And I feel like I've let my knowing substitute me experiencing God. And I only came to this realization because I was actually serving at a youth event at Limitless. It's a church camp for the youth. We spend 5 days there in worship, hearing the word, loads of fun and activities like football and the world's largest bouncy castle thing. And there was just loads of things you could do there, but one of the things I went away with at Limitless was the quantity in which you could encounter God. And even coming out of Limitless, I was saying, God, what now? Because it's all good to be in like a venue or this environment for 5 days where it's just worship and it's centered around God. It's literally like holy ground, right? But it's all good to be in that for 5 days and then come back to normal life. And I was saying, God, how do we maintain everything that we experienced there? And he said to be expectant. But even though it was easy for me to relay that message to the youth, in my life, I didn't know how to be expectant. I don't know what that looks like. He's done a lot over the past year, I'd say, in teaching me and helping me renew my mind. But as of late, I can hands down say I feel like I've become complacent. And I don't want to be complacent. I don't want my knowledge to supersede or go ahead of me experiencing him on a day-to-day basis. And even when I'm thinking about this need to experiencing him daily, I'm reminded of the prayer. I think it's found in John 5 when the disciples asked Jesus how to pray. He said, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us this day. Meaning the bread is meant to sustain you for that day. And I feel like I've been carrying my daily bread over. But it was never meant to be carried over. Because even the Greek word for bread used there, I can't remember exactly, but it denotes to this, like, this description of having to be eaten then and there. As in, like, it can't be harvested, it can't be preserved, like, it will rot. It needs to be eaten there and then. And even when I'm saying that, I'm reminded of manna and how the Lord provided daily, but even when the Lord's telling me to be expectant, I don't know how to be. I started reading a book. It's called, let me try to find it. bag. It's called Praying Like Monks, Living Like Fools by Tyler Staton. This is what it looks like. And I actually got this at the church camp for the youth. And I'm only, I think, 16 pages in. And I had to stop reading. No, 12 pages in. And I had to stop reading it because there was something he said that just struck me like a brick. Let me try and find it. I can't remember. I can't find it. But I remember reading what he wrote and saying to myself, I'm scared to pray. Because this book is it literally says an invitation to the wonder and mystery of prayer, and I know this. I know the effects of prayer. I know what prayer can do. It can move mountains. It can shift atmospheres. I've seen it happen. I've prayed for healings, and healings have come for other people, and even in my life. But lately, I don't know how to pray, and I realize it's because I'm scared. I'm scared to be disappointed, and I know it sounds crazy to say because the Lord has come through so many times for me, but I'm scared. I don't want to be disappointed. And even when I think about my prayers over the last several months, I recognize that my prayers haven't been from a place of faith but comfortability. They've been limiting God for what he can do because I'm too scared to ask for more. I'm too scared to be expectant, even though scripture says that he can do exceedingly abundantly more than I can ever ask, think, or imagine. But I don't even know what that even looks like. So how can I ask for that? And I don't want to be disappointed. But I don't want to be scared to come to him to ask for these things, because even when I'm saying all this, one of the things he told me is to pray to your father like a kid who hasn't discovered limits yet. But I don't know how. I'm too scared to ask. And it's not even because I fear that he won't do it, because I know him. I've experienced him. I know he can, but I'm scared because I don't think I can handle the things that I'm praying for. I don't think that I'm even the right version of myself to carry what I'm asking of him. And so my expectancy comes from a place of limiting and dampening down my desires and my prayers. Because I'm just scared. I'm just scared. And I don't know why I am. But I guess I'm just more familiar with fear than I am with trust. And even saying that out loud it's hard. Because I don't want to be. I don't want to be the thing that stops me from growing deeper with him. I want to pray to him. I don't want to fear. I don't want to want disappointment. And I don't want to expect disappointment either. But what happens when you have been praying and nothing has changed? But one thing that told me, even when I was walking back home today and I was thinking about me being scared to pray to him, he said to do it scared. Pray to him scared. And I don't know who's watching this. I don't know if you can relate to everything I've said or not, but as much as he is saying this to me, he also wants you to hear this too. If you're doubting, if you're worried, if you're scared, if you're fearful, if you know you're just going to expect disappointment, come to him anyway with that. He can handle it. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, and I know even me saying this as well, I'm probably going to end this video and it will take me 20 minutes to even open up a dialogue with him, but even the invitation makes it easier. And right now you're invited to. Because prayer isn't this it's not this complicated and ritualistic thing. It's just communication. And so even when I'm saying I'm scared of prayer, I'm saying I'm scared to communicate. Because I'm scared that if I'm my most truthful and honest self, nothing's gonna change. That if I open up and be honest and completely honest, and nothing changes, then what was the point? And I think that's the crux of it. I'm even crying right now. I think that's the crux of it. That if I open up this dialogue and nothing happens, what then? I just felt like I heard him say, even if nothing happens, at least the dialogue is open. My phone keeps stopping and starting, but I'm just gonna urge you. I'll even do it with you. We'll pray scared. We'll pray doubtful. We'll pray and communicate with all these things that we're feeling. As long as we keep communication with him open, that's all that matters, man. It's so much easier to say that we don't care about anything other than him, and we're not in it for the gifts and what he can do and the miracles. But he is the prize too. And so my prayer is not only that do you remember that he is the prize, but that he becomes everything that you could ever want in this life and more. I pray that there's a boldness. You see how easy it is to pray for other people. I pray that there's a boldness that you can come to him with whatever you're feeling, whether that's doubt, fear, anxiety, or worry that he's not going to come through. I pray that you just keep that dialogue open and you come to him. I just got a picture of a lane, and it's not one, it's two, meaning you don't have to do this by yourself. He's right there with you. He's right there with you. It's a dual carriageway. Just keep the lane open. But yeah. I'm gonna try read this book and finish it by the time I make my next vid. And maybe we can talk about prayer again. But if you're gonna take anything from this vid, it's to not religiousize prayer. It's simply just communication. And God's not scared in how you communicate with him as long as you do. Even if you're scared. Just like I am. I'm so scared. And I don't even know why I am, but I am. That doesn't mean I'm less. That doesn't mean you're less. Because even in Genesis it says that man and women were naked and not ashamed in the presence of their God. So no amount of nakedness or truth or honesty could ever shun him away or turn him away from you. So come naked. Naked and as bare as you can. So like I said, it's a lot easier said than done. But we'll do it together. Thank you for watching. I'm not really too fussed about likes, comments and shares, but if you feel led, then do so, innit? But I pray this helped. I pray that my honesty brought light in a situation where you thought there was darkness too. I just try to keep it as real and as buck as I can, and I don't like to speak on things that I don't have experience in. Maybe that's why I don't really post as often as I would like. So if you're going to pray for me, let it just be so I can experience more of him, so I can have more to show you. I like to say that I'm a mirror. I'm not my own. Or at least I try not to live life as my own. And I'm just reflecting his glory. So that we can all be transformed. Like it says in, I think, 1 Corinthians 10:13, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. Thank you for sitting down. Thank you for sitting down on my porch. Until next time.